Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing a special live stream with guest. And the guest today we have is BRYE. Welcome, BRYE.
What's up, everybody?
Hey,
How's
how you
everybody
doing?
Good.
Excellent.
Ready for these 10 picks that I had a hard time picking, as Rich knows.
Yes, that's right. You were still agonizing over it last night, weren't you?
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy, but I've gone with 10, and then I've made one of them my scent of the day. So I think how we'll do this is that we'll just go. I do one, you do one. I do one, you do one.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. I think that's how you and Eugene did it one day for the spring recommendations, I think.
Yeah, I think it was as well. That was I think that was this year. I don't know if it was last year.
I think it was a while back.
It was. It feels like it was a while back. It does. It does feel like it was a while back. But anyhow, I will start. And in fact, do you want to tell us what your scent of the day was, or are you wearing it?
I am actually. This morning I went to go get a haircut, and then I went to the gym too. But I just wore something light for that. I wore Edinburgh, Paris Edinburgh.
Okay.
It's getting kind of chilly in the mornings right now. So, but
yeah,
for my scent of the day, I went with.
What is that?
Lupin
Voyeur. I love that
shirt.
shit. I've got my bottle somewhere around here.
Yeah. It's really nice, like woody, a little bit sawdusty.
Yeah.
Pretty fresh at the top, but I really like the dry down of this.
My bottle has disappeared, and I don't know where, because it's usually right next to us. And I was just about to pick it up and show you, but I've put it somewhere clearly. But no, I love that stuff as well. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it would suit a haircut too.
Yeah, it's really clean and easy to wear. And I mean, I was going to chill at the house today, especially with the stream, so I wanted something easy.
Yes, that's right. That's a lovely fragrance.
Because the Canelo Triple G fight is tonight too, so we're just gonna have we're just gonna chill at the house most of the day. So I was like, I don't need anything too crazy today.
Yes, that's right. I'm looking forward to that fight.
You're gonna watch it?
I don't know if I'll be able to stay up and watch it, but
yeah, I was gonna say, because I think the main
it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 11 p.m. our time. So I was like, dang, it's like early for you.
Yeah.
4 a.m.
That's right. But I'll keep up to date with it tomorrow. Well, I'll get up to date with it tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But anyhow, we shall start, and I will go with my first pick for what I'm looking forward to wearing, and it is my scent of the day, and that is Gucci Pour Homme 2. Absolutely outrageous stuff.
I have not tried that yet.
Have you never tried it? It is. There are similarities between this and the Gucci Pour Homme 1, which I've got, which is staring at us from over there. But there's another bottle on top of it, so I don't want to move it. For me, it's a big tea fragrance. It's got like black tea in it, so it's like fresh but dark. I really like that about it. I think it's got sandalwood in it as well. It's dark, but it's a little bit sweet. It smells very modern. It smells very Tom Fordy. It smells like the type of thing a Tom Ford would release. And I think he was still at Gucci when they released this. So I have been looking forward to wearing this. I was tempted to put this into my spring and summer rotation as well, because I think you could definitely wear it in spring.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
But
have thought it was
I,
spring
yeah,
perfume because the color is a little bit deceiving of the green.
yes, yeah, it is. Yeah, right. It the color goes well with the color of the cap. You know, like the golden blue always looks quite like nice together, I think. But
Hmm.
I had to make some tough decisions when I was like splitting my collection in two. So I decided to put this in the autumn and the winter because I think it's definitely a very autumnal fragrance. You know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So
yes,
it's basically a
so,
tea based fragrance.
yeah, it's. I don't want to say it's like 90% tea, but it's definitely the backbone of the fragrance. You get it at the top, you get it in the dry down. Um, it's it's really beautiful as well. It's really well made. I had on Fragrantica the name of the perfumer, which I'm just waiting for the page to load, and it was
Yeah, it was good.
Karel somebody.
I know it was a girl, but I don't remember who it was. I know it was a lady, but I can't remember.
Karel, Karel. Hold on a second. What is your name? If anyone in the chat knows, let us know. I'm just digging it up now. Here it is. So the perfumer is Karine Dubreuil Sereni. I've
Hmm.
never heard of her or anything else she's ever done.
Yeah, me either.
Um, yeah, it's 2000. This is from 2007. So I don't think Tom Ford was at Gucci. Um, this is probably the last good fragrance before Gucci Guilty Absolute that Gucci released.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, excuse me, it's like, what have they been doing all this time? You know, I
Yeah.
don't include their private line in that as well because the private line's got a couple of really good things in actually.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene keeps trying to steer me towards a midnight stroll. You know, the incense one.
Mm-hmm. Oh
So
wait. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. Like love that. It's kind of that perfume is a little bit similar to something I have on the picks that I chose out, and I feel
oh,
like, but I'll talk about it later. But
okay, okay, no problem. Right. Well, that is my first pick. Would you like to give us yours?
all right. For the first pick, I'll go with one of Rich's favorite brands.
Oh,
Uh,
oh
right,
no.
Rich? Well, I had to start off things, kind of with like the nothing too crazy, just the kind of fuckboyish Labo house, but it's the city exclusive, the Gaiac 10. Have you smelled this,
Okay,
Rich?
I haven't smelled it. No, which city is it exclusive to?
It is exclusive to Tokyo,
Okay.
so
So
it's a
how did
very
how did you get
woody.
it if it's exclusive to Tokyo? Sorry.
Oh no, it's so every September they all across the world they'll do like the city exclusive months, so you can purchase all of their city exclusives and samples, sample sets, and I'm pretty sure like all their counters or stores carry them during that month as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they're
I might go.
fucking expensive, and I was actually able to find this on eBay, and I shout out to Rudy because I sent him pictures of the bottle to see if it was legit because I know he's pretty well versed with the Labo stuff.
Yeah.
He let me know it was a good deal and to go ahead and get it. But yeah, it's a very woody, incensey, a bit musky. I think it's Olivia Giacobetti. I think is the perfumer. I think I might be wrong.
Olivia Giacobetti. Yeah, she did Heris by Hermes, and she did a few
Yeah,
Tom
yeah,
Fords as well.
yeah. She did. Let me check it. I'm about to double check to see if it was her on Fragrantica.
Okay. Um,
Mm.
I was walking past the Labo counter the other day, and
Oh no, I'm sorry. This was a Nick Monardo. Shit.
okay,
Yeah, yeah, it was a Nick Monardo. And it's just Gaiac wood, cedar, olibanum, and musk. Like I said, it's very woody, incensey. Just reminds me of fall. So
yeah,
it's and I love like woody perfumes are one of my favorite, and it's easy to wear. It's a bit powdery, so I think if you smell Tammed Out, right?
Yes, I've
So
got Tammed Out, the EDP.
yeah. So it's a bit kind of like Tammed Out, but in a Lalabo-ish, more incensey than the Tammed Out, and a bit more powdery to me. But it's just easy to wear, easy to pick up, and just kind of go easy pick up and go.
Yeah. It's like that you don't get many of them with Le Labo though, do you? Like easy to pick up and
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, no, because I think they have like I've never smelled their oud, but people say it's pretty. Like Rudy says, it smells like a cloth from the bar that's been wiped down all night or something like that. Yeah, I haven't smelled that one, but
I think I remember him saying that actually.
Their Patchouli 24 is pretty decent, but the Gucci Hoarder Sanitatis to me smells very, very similar to Patchouli 24. I don't know if anybody in the chat would agree, but they smell very similar to me.
I've got
I know
you
have the Hoarder Sanitatis.
That's right.
Have you smelled Patchouli 24?
Yes, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, I find them very similar for some reason.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my first.
Your first pick. Okay, then that is a strong first pick. It's somebody in the chat. I think it was Bob. Bob said that you don't have any beginner sense. You jumped straight into Eugene's wardrobe when you were 16.
No, I mean, yeah, like I told you guys back when I got on the stream for the first time. I think it was sometime last year in the winter, I think. But yeah, my first like scent that I had when I was like in high school was it was Prada's. Was it a Prada? No, it was. I can't remember which designer, but it was like a sport of something, and that's all I wore for like high school. But then after high school, I got the Noir 29 from Le Labo, which I can't fucking stand anymore. But that was like my first introduction to like niche perfumes. And then I just dove right in. But yeah, I don't have any like designers or mainstream. Like I don't have Blood. I don't know. I don't have any of those. It's mostly niche.
like the normal sort of ladder that people have to climb before they get to there. Like most people like start off on like a lower designer level that you find in like shopping malls and department stores and stuff. And then eventually they'll climb up to like designer exclusives, then niches, and then indies and all of that sort of thing. Sometimes vintages, but you went straight for the jugular.
Yeah.
Okay, then I am going to show my next pick. And my next pick is very popular in the community, but it might be strange that people will be surprised that I'm looking forward to wearing this, and I'm probably going to wear it in the winter. And it's a little sweet perfume. And it's by Francis Kurkdjian, and it is Oud Satin Mood Extrait. So, Oud Satin Mood Extrait is the rose, oud, and then there's this outrageous sweetness that comes from
a crossover. Rich, I was thinking about putting the regular oud. I like the regular oud from MFK.
I like the regular oud as well. I really like it. I nearly got a 200ml bottle for half price, but somebody bought it before I could.
Oh shit!
And I was gutted, yeah. Because it was like full. It was a tester, but it was full. But it was absolutely a bargain for 200ml. It was like the same price as. Well, no, it was about £60 more than the 70ml, and usually it's like almost 3 times the price. So I was pretty gutted for that, but it's yeah, I'm actually looking forward to wearing this. I've secretly liked this stuff for a long time. I have always had the occasional sweet fragrance that I like. Most of the fragrances I like aren't sweet. They're usually darker and thicker and like vintage, and they've got oak moss, and this has got none of that sort of thing. This is, apart from the fact that it's very, very rich, it's rosy, it's populist in the way that it's made. You know why it's extremely popular, this fragrance. It, you can smell this or its little brother, the EDP, every once in a while when you're just walking around town. You know, like this is a very like good. This is like a very good selling perfume. But I managed to find a deal on it that I was really keen on, and the person who wanted to sell it wanted rid of it. So we managed to make it happen, and I was very pleased. I wouldn't pay full retail for this, but I think that at a discount, it's great performance. It's very pleasing to most people. It's got this sweetness, this attractive sweetness to it that I like every once in a while. Like this bottle, I'll never replace this bottle. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll never like get through it like I will with like a Dior Homme or an Akitos or anything like that. You know.
It's so strong.
Sorry?
It's so strong.
Yeah, it's so strong. Honestly, the power. Like it's 3 sprays at most. And that's if you're feeling daring. So 2 on your chest and maybe 1 on the back of your neck. I wouldn't put 1 on your like the top of your chest under your nose, otherwise it will be all you can smell all day. Because I don't get nose blind to it. But I haven't worn it like in anger yet. I've worn it on skin, like on my wrist a couple of times to see how it goes, and it was nuclear. But
you still
it was.
Drive.
Sorry.
You still got to give it a go, a test drive.
Yeah, I've still got to wear it properly, you know, like a scent of the day. But yes, that is my second pick. For what I'm looking forward to wearing this autumn and winter. So, BRYE, what is your second pick?
Before I go on to my second pick, I saw Eugene said, question for enthusiasts, MFK or Le Labo?
Ooh. What do you think?
This might be a kind of I'd say, honestly, to be fair, I'd say Le Labo, just because they're a bit more daring with their scents, so their scents aren't as like just, you know, that basic musk citrus that MFK always does over and over.
Yeah.
All of MFK scents are kind of intertwined, and there's nothing really different besides like Lumiere Noir, like Home, the Ferment, you know, Absolute Pour le Soir that everybody talks about, which tried like the Oud EDP that I like, and like what you just mentioned as well. Ooh, I wish I had a bottle of that, but I can't find one anywhere. Prices are fucked.
Yeah, the prices are absolutely insane on that. Totally bonkers. It's I managed to get that in the same haul that I got the Satin Mood in. Don't worry, I still paid like money for them, but nothing like the secondhand market, like eBay and stuff like that. They're crazy.
Yeah, no. Like people are asking like $500, $800. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I would not pay that for an MFK that used to be easy to like come by and get.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. So, what is your second pick?
My second pick is gonna be one of my favorite perfumes. It's kind of also what got me into niche, and I talk about this house, and I love this brand, and I think you kind of already know, and people in the comments might know, but this is Huel by Aesop.
Oh,
And it's again
yes.
another just very woody, incensey, cypress green. It feels like you're kind of standing in the middle of like a forest in Japan and just like woods and trees around you. Like there might be like some mist like in the woods as well. And
Yeah.
a lot of vetiver in this, and it just smells very natural. But they're probably using all synthetics, but it's kind of like that Comme des Garçons thing where they use synthetics well, and it's just blended nicely and just smells great. Like I would
Yeah.
like this almost like a signature. Like you can see how much I've used the bottle. It's a 50 ml bottle, but I'm definitely probably gonna finish this off this season, and then I might even end up buying another bottle before the season ends. To be honest, because I
Okay.
used more than half of this from last year. So
Yeah.
I love that. I love Aesop. All their like, and I love like their body washes, their candles, and skincare stuff. They're a really nice brand.
Yeah. The
And I think you tried it right with Jura Rose.
yes, that's right. We met up in Manchester in the UK, and
Mm.
we went smelling, and Dura Rose found them and reminded me that BRYE, you, had been telling him and me to go and smell them forever. So we did, and we went through all of them.
Mm.
I think the sales girl was not happy when we went through all of them and didn't end up buying any. Um, but I do remember liking Fuel. Um,
Mm.
it's 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 very nice, and
They're
the
just so
brand is nice. I
natural
think.
smelling to me.
Sorry.
They're the whole aesthetic of the brand is like naturals, and that's what kind of like what they go for, like fragrances that smell like natural and like woody and like that kind of hipsterish vibe, but not like to the extent of the Labo, like where it kind of turned into like some fuckboy thing. But like
Yeah,
it's more of a low key brand to me.
yeah. No, I
I think
understand.
I
They
think you
are.
would really really like this one, Fuel. Well, I mean, I know you tried them all, but I don't remember which one you liked more, or if you
There
can
was the
recall.
really incensey one. There was a really incensey one. It might have been Huel.
Yeah, it definitely was Huel. That
Yeah,
or Rosu. Rosu is a really nice rose, woody rose kind of, and I think Eugene would really like that as well. It's a dark rose with incense and some
yes,
patchouli in the base as well.
yeah.
But
But
yeah,
yes, good second pick. I
mm.
I have tried those before, but I've never tried them at length. They're not easy to sample, are they?
No, they don't, because they don't sell any samples on their website, and they don't. Yeah, like nobody sells samples. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can probably find bottles on eBay or a site that they're
Decent.
selling for cheap. I've seen some,
Yeah,
but I mean, retail on these is, I think now it's like, well, for this one, like their scent's kind of different in price, kind of like mall. So like
yeah.
their like citrusy fresh one is the cheapest one, and their this one is like a little bit more expensive. I think it's like around 130 retail US for 50 mil, which is a bit pricey, but uh, I still like it, and I pay for it.
Excellent.
But yeah,
Okay,
pick.
so my third pick. My third pick is no stranger to anyone who follows my channel.
Mm.
And it is something which I have been thinking about all summer. I was going to dig it out and see if I could wear it during the spring and summer, but by the time I did that, it was getting really hot and I couldn't
Mm.
wear it in the high heat. And that is Iquitos. Sorry, I can't show the bottle better. Um, I love this stuff. It's up there with Pavarotti for me as one of the best celebrity fragrances ever made. It is absolutely stunning. It's a amazing vintage find. You know, like a lot of times, like you'll buy some vintage fragrances and you'll be a little bit let down, a little bit disappointed. With this, I never was. I always like loved this from the very beginning when I smelled it, and it has never ever let me down. It's by a perfumer who has made quite a few of my favorite perfumes, and that's Gerard Anthony. He also made another perfume that's on this list, but he made Balenciaga, Crystal Ball. He made Azaro Paul Rom. He made Honda Grey. He hasn't ever. I don't ever think he's made a perfume I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sometimes you just get perfumers like that, and it's amazing when it happens. This is for me civet, oak moss, rose, aldehydes.
Is it pissy civet?
It is a bit pissy, yeah. It is a bit animalic. It gives this kind of contrast to the rest of the notes, because there are some sweet notes in here. There is stuff like patchouli, there's stuff like sandalwood, there's a bit of vanilla, there's honey, jasmine, there's rose, but the civet juxtaposes it really well and just makes it feel very, very complete. It smells very, I don't want to say fashionable, but it smells chic. You know, it's got this kind of French vibe about it. You know, it smells like classic French perfume. And if the stories are to be believed, it was the runner-up in the competition to become Dior's Poison.
Oh shit!
And yeah, exactly. And then what happened is that Alain Delon picked it up and realised that this is a great perfume, and he wanted to release it, and so he did. Called it Akitos, and here we are. Thank God it got released in the end. I'm really happy that we actually still have this perfume, because I can just imagine it's still like the formula just sitting on a shelf somewhere, and you wouldn't be able to make this perfume like this at the minute, because it's well, one, it's completely out of fashion, and two, I think some of the materials are just unavailable completely. So yeah. This is my third pick. Thank you very much. So
Bob in the chat said only full bottles only, please.
Full bottles only, please. No, Bob, we don't discriminate. If somebody needs to decant something, it needs to be decanted.
Is Akitos the one Eugene didn't really like that you guys got him to get, or was that a different one?
I think that was a different one.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, but I don't think it was a Akitos. I tried to get him to get a Akitos. Do you know, now you've said that, I think it might be Eugene, if you're still in the chat, let us know which perfume it was that we told you to get, kept bullying you to smell, and then you smelled it and you didn't like it.
It was something about like somebody called it like one of the best patchoulis, and then he smelled it and he was like,
"Oh, Kritzia Moods, Kritzia Moods." That's what it was. Duncan wanted him to smell it, kept telling him to smell it, and he bought a bottle, and Eugene was like, "No, I want my money back." But I don't think Duncan's ever paid him. He should sell it. Duncan would buy it off him, no problem.
Yeah, Duncan's that guy with a bunch of backup bottles, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's like me with all these backup bottles. Totally mad.
All right. That was your second pick, right?
Third.
Oh, okay. I'm losing track here. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my third one, which is Celine Nightclubbing. Nightclubbing. And you smell all of these, right, Rich?
Yes, that's right. You sent me the samples, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. I had to get your opinions on some of them since I really, really like this brand. And I think Eugene was the one who put a lot of us onto them too.
Yes.
But yeah, Nightclubbing is just galbanum to me. Big galbanum in the opening, green. vanilla, of course, because that's kind of Celine's theme. Is just that orris and vanilla, but it's just to me it gets a bit woody. I think just because of the galbanum and probably the iris, a woody iris. So it's just really powdery and soft, and it just reminds me kind of the fall with the green notes in there. And I really really enjoy wearing this. And it's not something that's gonna bash me over the head and be loud all day. Just it kind of comes and goes on you. But I think that's how a lot of the Celines are as well. They don't wear heavy, except I think black tie, which I don't own because
Okay.
I find it pretty similar to night clubbing. Like once they both dry down, they're kind of like the same to me at least. I don't know
Yeah.
about everybody, but to me they're pretty similar. But I love
Do you
this.
think that? Do you think that's the case with all the brand?
Um, no, I don't think so. Night clubbing is definitely for sure the standout of the whole line. Like if you smell all of them, like you'll smell like Don's Party, the Saint Germain, and you'll say, okay, yeah, I see similarities between them. But once you smell night clubbing, I think even if people who are in the shop and they're just smelling them back to back, I think they'll get to night club and be like, well, okay, this is kind of different because it's so ashy too, in a weird way, like a lot,
Yeah.
because that's what he kind of wanted for to go for Haiti Slimane,
Yeah.
like that, like burnt ashtray. So I do get that as well. And very sensual to me. I really really like this.
Yeah.
Do you think
I
do you
liked.
think
I liked
the
it.
whole
Sorry.
you think the whole line kind of has that dries down the same? Is that what you felt?
They've got a. They've got the. There is definitely something about the brand that smells similar, from like the aesthetic of the
Yeah,
brand. Like Heidi Slimani. They've definitely got the Heidi Slimani aesthetic. Um,
yeah,
you
definitely.
can tell that, and but they are different enough. They're not like all not selling all the same stuff. It's not like Demaché or Curtijon's done. Like when they were at Dior and Curtijon, respectively. Curtijon's, a lot of his fragrances smell the same now. Demaché did that at Dior towards the end, but I think Celine's have got enough about them to get like all different ones. Pat Lester asks, does Celine sell a sample discovery set? Not when I try to find out. No.
Yeah, no, I think they they have like they do have something kind of like a sample set, but it's like an expensive like 200 something dollar like minis. So it's like I think 8 ml bottles that are actual like the shape of this bottle. Um, but that's the only thing they have. They just do that thing where they add the sample of the perfume you bought just for you to try it, and if you don't, just send the bottle back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
night clubbing is
So we've got,
definitely for sure like 100% night clubbing is my favorite from the whole line. And they have a new one coming out, Bois Dormant, that is called. It's supposed to be a woody. I think the notes are juniper at the top, uh, with a base of I think cedar, vetiver, and of course like that orris butter that's in all of them.
yeah.
And I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I'll probably pick that up, to be honest.
You're just going to buy that blind?
Yeah, more than likely, to be honest, because of the name and the notes, it's like I said, it's just woody. It just looks like Bois Dormant, like it has wood in the name, so I know I'm pretty intrigued already.
Yeah. A big wood perfume fan. I like
Yeah,
them. I like them. I like them at spring and autumn. You
yeah.
know.
You know what I like about them is it just you smell natural. You don't smell like, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yes.
Like you don't
Yeah.
like
You don't smell like you don't smell like Haribo, or you
yeah.
don't
You
smell
don't smell
like
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 blood or like
sweeties.
yeah, yeah. Like when you wear
No,
something sweet, you're gonna smell like it doesn't smell natural, but I mean, some of the sweet fragrances are nice, but that's just to each his own, right?
that's right. Um, okay then. I will move on to my fourth. And my fourth perfume is going to be, no shock to anyone again, don't worry, some surprises are coming up soon. Well, not surprises, but some lesser known fragrances are coming up soon. But this one is the perennial favourite, Balenciaga Pour Homme.
Shit. I think you have
This
like half of the world's stock in Balenciaga, Rich.
That's right. I'm holding them, and I'll never let them go. They are mine forever. I love them. This was also made by Gerard Anthony, who made Iquitos. This was one of the fragrances I mentioned when I said before that there was a perfumer who appeared here twice. He also did Excess by Paco Rabanne.
So he's done like a lot of the vintage big hitters, eh?
Yeah, he's done some big stuff. He did St. Dupont Pour Homme. He's done a couple of women's fragrances for where are you? Ted Lapidus. Who else? I'm just having a look.
People in the chat are saying no surprise there, and that they saw this coming.
Yes, that's right. It was Homme de Grey. It's Courage Homme. That's quite good. Cristobal, Balenciaga Pour Homme, Mazzaro Pour Homme. Some massive fragrances. Iquitos. So Balenciaga Pour Homme, for me, is based around patchouli. It's a massive, massive patchouli fragrance. And all the other notes in it, and there are a lot, all sort of exist around this patchouli. And people say there could be oud in this, and I just don't think there is. I think it's the accords around the patchouli combining with the patchouli to give this woody, slightly sweet, slightly sour, bitter, intricate sort of smell, you know. According to Fragrantica, the cinnamon, you get massive cinnamon. There's this warm spiciness which you get from coriander, and there's laurels as well, which give this kind of greenness. Laurels are a strange leaf. They're a strange note. But there's also like massive patchouli. The patchouli is huge in it. The sandalwood makes it very smooth and creamy. The cypress, which gives it again a little bit of that bitter greenness. And then in the base, it's honey and oak moss, labdanum, musk, vanilla. You get all of that. But when you point them out, you can smell each note. But again, when you step back from it again and smell the whole composition, you can smell that it's blended to perfection. It really is a masterpiece. One of the greatest designers of all time, in my opinion. But I absolutely love patchouli. I could understand.
When you say it's one of the best designers, I believe you, because a lot of people hold it up there as well, like you do.
Yeah, loads of people absolutely love it. And you don't hear much. I don't want to call it dissent, but you don't hear much like people disagreeing. You know, there aren't like a lot of people who say it's overrated or that it's not very good or they don't like it. It seems to be one of those fragrances that everybody can at least appreciate, even if they don't like it, for it being absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, for sure.
That is my fourth pick. So, Brian,
I'll smell it one day.
Yeah, you'll smell it one day. I'll get a sample to you at some point. I'll see if I can smuggle one in an envelope and just send you like one, so that it doesn't get stopped in the post.
Yeah, I'm sure just a little like 1 mil won't trip over that.
Hopefully not. That's right. I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you somehow, mate. Don't worry.
We'll sort things out.
That's right.
All right, that was your fourth pick, right? Fourth. I'm gonna go on to my fourth, which is one of my new additions. Oh, look at it! Do you see that? Look at her being nosy. Cleo, go to your bed.
Hello.
Sorry, guys. Cleo,
That's
go to your bed.
cool.
Go to your bed. It's because her bed is like in the living room with us, and she's always nosy and comes over here to get a little. She wants to get petted. Go to your bed.
She wants petting. Bless her. A good girl.
All right. But yeah, it's one of my new additions. That I recently, well, not recently. It's been a little bit, but I picked it up kind of in the summer, so haven't been able to wear it. But I think you mentioned that you would wear it in the spring, but personally, I would definitely wear it in the fall, and that's Zoologist B.
B.
This stuff
I love
is
it.
so good.
Yeah.
So good. It's thick and a little bit syrupy because of the honey, but it doesn't get cloying, you know?
Yes.
Like it just stays in that nice balance of being heavy and also having like a slight powderiness to it. I think it's a tiny bit powdery at some points to me. And incensey as well. Do you get incense in this? Benzoin,
Do I
maybe
get?
benzoin. Because there's
I
benzoin
get.
in this.
I get a lot. I get a little bit of the animalic kind of like bee worker bee movement kind of perfume. It's very good. I really enjoyed wearing it in the summer.
You just said you just went
Because
light on the trigger.
yeah, very light on the trigger because it is thick and rich and syrupy. And there's the note at the top. It's either at the top or in the mid, and it's the syrup notes. Is it orange syrup or it's
I'd have to look at the note breakdown to be honest. I can't remember.
yeah, it's there's a syrup.
I think most of the zoologists like note breakdowns are pretty crazy. They
Yeah,
always have a lot of notes in them.
this one was made by Carbonell, wasn't it?
Let me check.
Cristiano Canali. I beg your
Cristiano.
pardon.
Oh, there's beeswax and ginger and orange at the top.
Ginger syrup.
Mimosa broom. What is broom? It's a
Broom.
flower.
Broom's like a type of plant, isn't it? It's a bush
Yeah,
or something
flower,
like that.
yeah. That's what, you know, it has heliotrope. It makes sense why it's kind of a little bit powdery to me.
Yeah. It's a
And
bit floral as well.
Yeah. See, it has vanilla, sandalwood, benzoin, tonka, and labdanum in the base. I think that incense can be coming from that benzoin and labdanum to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
but it's
kind
really
of
nice. And it kind of smells like, it just kind of smells like fall to me. Just like kind of like a fresh, well, it's not a tea. It doesn't smell like a tea fragrance, but it kind of gives me that vibe a little bit. Like it's warm. It's a warm fragrance. But yeah, that's my fourth pick.
Lovely fragrance. I love that. I like wearing that in the spring and summer because of the floralness and it feels appropriate to wear it at that time of year because bees are around and they're doing their bee business.
And you know, my girl smelled this and she actually like really loves this stuff.
Really?
She really, yeah. She likes a lot of stuff. She smells all of my stuff frequently, and she likes a pretty good amount of things. She's not offended by a lot of things, so which is good.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I will move on to my next pick. And my next pick is going to be from the House of Les Indomables. And I'm sure everyone can guess what it is already, but this is Vanille Havane. This is an Antoine Lee.
That's one of my favorites.
Do you have this?
I do have that.
You do? Which other ones do you have?
Okay, so I have Oriental Velours, Queer de Chine, Rose de Jamal, the two colognes, and did I say Queer de Chine already?
Yes.
I'm missing another one. Oh, Ombre Supreme, which is fucking fantastic.
Yes,
That perfume is crazy. Like it does
absolutely.
so many things on your skin, and like it's I don't know. Sometimes I find a hard time like really understanding it.
Yeah.
I think that ambergris does that, doesn't it? It's kind of very abstract. That sometimes like Encens Mythique as well.
Oh. Hmm. Yes, that's right. Ambergris, you can make ambergris do lots of different things,
Mm-hmm.
which is and it sticks to everything. So that's why perfumers love it because of its versatility and its ability as a fixative and the way it smells as well. I mean, ambergris just on its own. When you got your Ambra Supreme, did they send you a little vial of ambergris with it?
They didn't because well here in the states at least I don't think you can buy off of Lesson de Madabla, or I might be wrong. I haven't checked like from their direct site, but I've gotten all my Lesson de Madabla from Lucky Scent.
Ah, so you don't
Yeah,
get like the full Legend of Madabla experience.
unfortunately not. I think that's only for you guys in the
Like,
UK and Europe.
yeah, I'm glad that they still like get stuff into the UK. I'm extremely glad that they still do that because I'd be devastated. I just started like to to get to know the brand when they pulled out of the only stockist in the UK.
Hmm.
And Eugene was getting to know Valerie and Remy, and so I was like, "How do I get a hold of these?" And I ended up, I managed to get. What did I get? I bought the sample set, I think, and then I ended up buying like 6 bottles, including the 2 colognes. I got Oriental Valeurs, I got Rose de Jamal, Vanille Havane, obviously, and the last one, Ambra Supreme, plus the 2 colognes. So we've got a pretty similar taste when it comes to Les and Madabla. This is tobacco, vanilla, cocoa, like Antoine
Yeah.
Lee's used this cocoa in a fragrance by Eris Parfums,
Mm.
MX and MXXX, both of them,
Mm.
in different dosages, I think. Um, if memory serves correctly, I need to go back and smell them. I've got them somewhere. Um, but his use of this cocoa, he uses ultrasound tincture. So
Mhm.
he'll mix everything in together, and then uses ultrasound to like fragment all the particles, like down to even finer and finer amounts to get more extraction out of the out of the process, I suppose. And it shows that the fineness. You can almost smell the fineness of the particles. You know when you get like hot chocolate in a powder, and like
Yeah.
you just sort of scoops them out and puts them in the cup, and then there's like it's in the air as well. Like it just like some of it just like floats off. That's how fine this feels. You can smell that cocoa in this. It's a little boozy as well, a little bit fruity. Um, but yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful fragrance. I'm very much looking forward to wearing it this autumn and winter 22. That was my fifth pick.
Yeah, I love Vanille Havane. Like, but
Yeah.
I personally I would put it like more in my winter picks just because it's a little bit more heavy, and especially here in NC, I feel like even in the fall, it's still a bit early to start putting some wear into that.
Yeah.
Just the weather here, I've told Rich a bunch of times, it's just always fucking hot or humid, and it takes a while to get pretty cold out here. But
Yeah.
but I
It
love
gets
it. It's
cold early here. There's already my feet are already a little bit cold just walking around the house. I'm gonna have to deploy my slippers soon. I'm getting
ooh.
old. Yes.
Yeah,
Ooh.
here's like it's a nice day today, but it's gonna be like 78 highest. I think it might reach 80, which is pretty annoying that it's already like about to be falling. But I think it's just this last week that it's gonna be those highish temperatures, and then it's gonna cool off.
Yeah.
But uh, But yeah, I was gonna say before we moved on, it's pretty hard not to fall into that lesson demandable rabbit hole. I feel like once you try even one of their perfumes, you kind of get sucked in and are like, wow, like just incredibly well made.
They're doing. It feels like they're doing perfume properly. It feels like they're doing
Yep,
perfume the way that we would want it to be done.
yep.
You know,
Like
it's
you would want
perfume made.
like this is what like MFK should be like fucking doing with their house. It feels like have a
Yeah,
range of like that with well materials. Like you're a big brand, you have the money to do it. Like why aren't you doing it?
yeah.
But it's just because I think it's just things that the mass market is not going to be interested in.
No, no, you're right. I think they are the perfect size brand for the audience they have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they make amazing perfume, and the fact that they haven't, like, I don't want to say cracked the market, because I think they're exactly in the place that they should be. But um, I think the fact that they aren't massive like Curtijon ensures the fact that they can keep a proper control over their um, ingredients. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think what they're doing right now is
Hello?
perfect. Hello, can you hear me, Rich?
Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit.
Oh, was it me or was it you? I could hear you this whole time.
You could hear us. I couldn't hear you for a second there.
Oh, dang, I think it might have been me. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Don't worry. It's no problem.
Uh,
Okay. So,
but yeah, yeah. I think Rachel was asking in the chat um, where I'm located at or where I'm from. I'm from North Carolina, Rachel. But yeah, let's keep things rolling, Rich. So this is pick 5, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Um, let's get this. Or actually, since you were on the topic of less than them double, I'll go with my pick from the brand.
Okay.
Um, that is Musk de Sable.
Ah.
Yeah. Do you have this, Rich?
I don't have this, but I have sampled it extensively. This is Eugene's favorite from the brand. I'm
Yeah.
not big on that kind of musky sort of, although I could be coming round to it because Lagerfeld Cologne is a bit like that, you
Hmm.
know?
This is like a way different musk than I've tried like before. At least me, I haven't tried every single thing on out there on the market, but from what I've tried and like Le Labo has the Musk 25 from Los Angeles as well, but it's nothing like this. Like this is musk from ambergris because there's no like. Is there any musk note in this? I feel like there's not because I think the note breakdown is just like tangerine, ambergris, and patchouli, I believe.
Yeah, there's only 4 things in it. It's orris,
Yeah.
ambergris, patchouli, Indonesian patchouli, and green mandarin.
I also get like when I wear this like in the dry down, I get a little bit of like vanilla, which
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm crazy about that, but that's what I get. I get like a warm vanilla in the base, with the ambergris, slight
yeah.
patchouli. It just works great on skin. And Eugene says this smells dirty to him, or maybe there might be a little bit of dirtiness in there from the ambergris, but I don't get. This is very clean to me at least, or on my skin is just wears really really nice, lasts all day. It kind of to me it kind of wears like a Chanel, where it'll kind of lay on your skin. It won't be popping out and choking you out. So it just wears incredibly nice.
Yeah, it is very vanillic. It is
Yeah,
very, it's got touches of Muscat Ravageur about it,
yeah,
you
definitely.
know?
It's like a syrupy musk, syrupy ambergris musk to me. If you the guys in the chat can kind of picture that with some patchouli hints in there. But it's funny what Eugene says, that this smells like a whore in church or something like that. I don't know where he gets that from, but yeah, it does not smell like that at all to me.
It's Eugene's skin chemistry. I often think Eugene's got the funkiest skin chemistry, because I'll sit and smell
that he says that smells dirty or like barnyardy, or kind of, he'll say like the crevice of an asshole or some shit like that. I'll be like, dude, I would be like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like Eugene really likes like the dirty things in perfumes, so he kind of maybe looks, sometimes when that's what everybody, like, if you like me, I like woody perfumes and I like woody things, so I kind of like look for like the woody aspects of a perfume. So I feel like maybe, people when they smell something, they kind of want to pick up on some things and might, pick up on that just because that's what they gravitate towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful musk, and patchouli, and shout out Antoine Lee for doing his thing on all of these, and Vanille Van too.
Yes, he's a very good perfume.
Yeah.
So, okay then.
My fifth pick.
That was your fifth, so I'll move on to my sixth. I am going to go with something that is known in the community, and everybody may have smelled it, but not many people have it. Everybody's aware of it, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm thinking about wearing this coming week, and this is Dominic Ropion for Frederick Mall, The Night.
Jeez.
This stuff is.
I'd say that's a good one to put on the top 5 cheapy list, right?
That's right. It's a cheapie, a bottle everybody should have.
I think everybody's gonna just pick up a bottle after this.
That's right. That is right. I have been looking for an oud for a long time, because oud's been a massive thing in perfume for the last decade at least, and everybody's got one. Everybody makes one. And I have been looking. I've had a few and always given them away. I had a Supreme Oud by Ralph Lauren, which was not Supreme, nor Oud. I've had other stuff with Oud notes in. I've also got a couple of Bortnikoffs, the 10mm little travel atomizer things they've got. I've got Oud Monarch and Oud Maximus. I'm going to explore them this autumn and winter. But to me, this is apart from Oud Palau, probably the best Western oud or Western version of an oud. This is almost perfect for the Western market. We like dirty stuff over here. They don't like dirty stuff. In the Middle East, in China, and places like that. They think it smells gross. We've got a strange, unusual attraction to it, And this is a shitty oud. I remember Eugene describing this.
Yeah, sorry. Now that I won't argue with it. Eugene or anybody, that smells like, as soon as you spray it, it smells like straight shit.
Yeah,
like cool, animalic,
barnyard.
Yeah, like it smells like manure, like stable, whatever you want to call it, everything you can think of.
Yes, that's right. I remember Eugene described it with Christo as being like an ox that's been eating blue cheese and got diarrhea.
Yeah, shit it out like
catastrophic diarrhea.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
It is absolutely crazy, but the performance is nuclear. The dry down is lovely, and it's one of those perfumes that could improve almost anyone's collection in the West.
Yeah.
because if you are a massive fan of oud and you live in the East, you're probably not going to like this fragrance, mainly because it's not their cultural sort of it's not their cultural sort of like inclination. A lot of I've heard. I don't know that it was Russian Adam, but it was someone say that if an oud smells fecal, it's been distilled for too long, or it's been distilled badly, and that's not how they're supposed to smell. It's just a very certain type of oud that people like. People like have distilled, or they've distilled it wrong. Something's gone wrong, and then they end up selling it. And over here, we like that sort of thing because we've got a history of having animalic notes in perfume, and like where it actually comes from. They feel like it's not what their goal. That's not how they want their ouds to smell, But it's definitely how I want my oud to smell. I really like it.
Yeah, it does dry down to like that portrait of a ladyish kind of vibe.
Rosy.
Rosy. A lot of people say it's like portrait, but just with barnyard oud added into it. Because it is the same perfumer as well.
Yes, Dominic Ropian. Mm-hmm. That's right. Do you get a lot of ISOE Super in Portrait of a Lady?
You said ISOE?
Yeah.
In Portrait, I think I saw you talk about that and mention that, but I honestly haven't picked it up on it yet. But I don't have a bottle of Portrait. I have just like one of those little 3 ml things that mall like gives away.
Yeah.
So I haven't really worn it or like had time to spend with it, so I wouldn't be able to say. But possibly I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe especially like the newer batches, maybe the old like first release when it first came out probably didn't have all of that, because a lot of people say it got pretty reformulated, right?
Yes. I feel like when I wear it now, Portrait of a Lady, I get a lot of ISOE Super. And there's also some kind of synthetic ambergris, salty sort of thing going on as well.
Yeah, Jura says that he gets more Ambrox from Portrait, but definitely ISOE in there.
Yeah, it's definitely there, isn't it? But anyway, Anuj is here, yes.
He's in Jamaica?
Yeah, that's right. He's on holiday in Jamaica. Lucky. Good. Fortunate. I bet he's buzzing. Sunny Jamaica, he said it was.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Taking a well-earned break.
I know.
He's managed to get out of the warehouse.
Shout out to Anush. He actually he sent me some samples when I think it was when you and Ramsey were on stream together and you guys were talking about vintages, and I think after you got off of the stream or while you were in it, I mentioned that I hadn't tried Mitsuko yet, and he sent me some samples of Mitsuko and Eau Sauvage and what was the other? The Prada Amber Pour Homme Extreme, I think.
Oh, the extreme one.
Yeah, the extreme one.
Nice.
Yeah, Mitsuko is really nice. I'm gonna have to wear it soon. It's a vintage 1990s Mitsuko that he sent me.
That is one he sent me, but the sprayer was broken, so I had to decant it. I think he gives it for free, which was very kind of him. But I had to decant it. It is lovely though. Yeah. Like that goes to show the point I made earlier on about vintage feminine fragrances smelling more masculine than today's masculine fragrances.
Yeah,
that's got a big dollop of oak moss in it.
Very sheepery oak moss, leathery.
Yes,
but yeah, I don't see that being appealing to any woman nowadays.
No. You don't smell those kind of fragrances anymore out and about in the wild. But yes, that was my 7th. Was it 6th?
No,
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it was 6. Sorry.
So my 6th pick, I'll go with my oud pick for the fall, and that is the pho,
We the pho.
pho, pho.
Oh,
Let's get some fuzz in the chat.
get
Pho.
some pho.
But yeah, you've tried this, right, Rich?
I have. I've got a sample right in front of my face. Right here. I actually smelled it last night and I've dropped it
Go,
because of
go ahead and
course I
grab
have.
it.
I'm going to grab it right now. It's right down the back there, so I'm going to have to do a little
Hold
bit
on,
of surgery.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get like a blotter because I don't want to put this on my skin. It's pretty fucking hot
No,
today.
because you'll smell like that forever.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. But Nuit de Feu, this is a fragrance that Eugene sent me a little sample of. And it's from Louis Vuitton's exclusive range. I think that's all he's got, to be honest. I don't think Louis Vuitton does unexclusive ranges anymore.
I'm back. What were you saying, Rich? Sorry, I was getting
I was
bloated.
just saying it's the Nuit de Feu is from La Di Da, then the Louis Vuitton exclusive range, and then I was like, I don't think that Louis Vuitton does an unexclusive range.
Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, all of theirs are basically like their main line is kind of and is like a men's and a woman's, and then they have I think these like oud ones are their more exclusive ones that are a bit more pricier. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, most of them still retail pretty high. This as well, but I think this and what's the other one? The fuck. I know I was about to tell you to remind me, but I don't think you would. You are because you're not too familiar with the LVs, right?
no, I'm not. I'm not. I've tried Ombre Nomad. I've tried Nuit de
That's it.
Feu.
Ombre Nomad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This and Ombre Nomad are the only ones I have that kind of appeal to me. The rest of them are pretty decent, but this is like I think it's the color playing tricks, but I get a bit of a green incense, kind of
There isn't.
woody, piney. Are you smelling it?
No, I am smelling it. There is incense in it.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
It's a big. It's incense. It's their take on incense, is what they said.
yeah. They've also got this big oud note in it as well. It's like an oud, incense, leather, like resinous kind of thing going on. I do like it, and I did consider buying it. Do you get a similarity between this and Hortus Sanitatis?
With Hortus, this?
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on. Let me see.
Medicinal.
No, Hortus is louder to me. This is much softer,
Yeah, Hortus is loud. Yeah.
and
There's
it's
no
more
doubt.
scratchy Hortus. Like
Yeah,
more,
it's
if that makes sense.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is more softer and more sensual and more like relaxing in a way. But Hortus is like, bam, I'm here. Um,
yeah. And a massive.
like, yeah, I'm massive. You're gonna smell me all day, and people are gonna smell this, and they're gonna say, "What the fuck are you wearing?" But like this, I feel like people have to get a bit closer to you to smell you, because it should like by the note breakdown. Like when I first like saw the notes and saw videos, I was thinking like, oh, this is gonna be like massive, fucking, it's gonna wear heavy and it's gonna be loud, but like it wears way differently and smells way differently than what you would think when you see the note breakdown, because you see incense, leather, oud, olibanum.
Yeah,
If anything, people
it's
compare this to what's it called, the Dior, the Privé de
Bois d'Argent.
Bois d'Argent. Yeah, people compare it to that. I don't
Oh, I don't.
get big, but I can see it. But this is more oudy, of course, and different.
It's darker.
Yeah,
It
but I can see
smells.
it
It's
in the vibe and the atmosphere
structure.
wise. Yeah,
Yeah.
the structure of it. I can see why people compare it to it. But
Yeah.
this is good. I love this. So you're thinking of picking up a bottle, Rich?
I did. I was in Manchester with Jura Rose, and me and him investigated the Louis Vuitton boutique. They looked at us like we were burglars.
Yeah, I think if
But
you don't go in with like a crazy fit on or something, they're gonna look at you
yeah,
crazy.
that's right. So I was in there with Jura Rose in like jeans and a t-shirt, and me and him were like lurking around, and you should have seen the looks we're going. It was quite outrageous, really. And they were like, "Oh, the men's fragrances are upstairs." And I was like, "There ain't no fucking fragrances upstairs. You just want us out of here." They must have been upset. They must have been upset that we managed to get in, but we did, and they're overpriced. I think that line is massively overpriced, personally.
Yeah, I mean they could price it lower, but yeah, I would not pay like for any of their like regular ones that aren't in these darker bottles. I would not pay retail for it at all. I don't
Yeah.
think they're that whatsoever. Even these
Oh,
are the darker bottles are pricey, but you know I'll chuckle out a few more bucks just because I really enjoy these. Like this is more definitely for the fall for me, and Ombre Nomad for the winter because Ombre Nomad is fucking huge,
yes.
like huge.
Ombre Nomad is a huge beast.
Yeah, like you if you spray that and get it, I mean obviously you'll get it on your shirt or your jacket whenever you spray, you know, your fragrance of the day, but once you get that on some clothes, like that shit's gonna stick even after a wash for like a few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. The one once happened to me with Amber Sultan.
Oh yeah.
I sprayed some on a woolly jumper, and I could smell it 3 months later. You know,
Mm.
you get like
Rich,
multiple washes and stuff like that. It was just crazy.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Hold that
Okay.
down for like 2 minutes.
Okay, no problem. I will do. So, chat. How do you feel about the video so far? How is it going? Are you enjoying our picks? Me and BRYE have been threatening to do this video for a long time. I'm glad we're finally getting to do it. It's like I say, it's been a long time coming. Rachel says, "Good to know. Thanks, BRYE." Michael says there needs to be a way we can share pictures of our collections. That would be good. You could email them to me, and I could put them on the community tab. I wouldn't do what Ashton does. Excuse me. Sorry, I keep yawning. I only ever yawn when I'm on live stream or when I'm like recording voice messages to me mates. On WhatsApp. It's insane. But let's see what the chat says, shall we? The nerve of him, Rich, heading to the washroom. How dare he? That's right, Bob. Scandalous. Outrageous. I was quite happy to see his dog, though. She was a good girl. Rachel says, I have younger people, my high school students, who ask me, and I'll give them your answer, says Rachel. Oh, look! Doggo is here, having a little look, seeing what's going on. How are you doing? She's a good girl, isn't she? You're a good girl. Can you hear me? Yes, peek up there when I said she was a good girl. Is it snack time? Do you want some food? Nah, maybe not. Just wants to lie down, to be fair. Margie says, and welcome, Margie, by the way. Rich, great live. BRYE is great. BRYE is great. BRYE's so great, I let him have my telephone number. Well, I like BRYE. He's a good lad. Don't let him hear us say that, though. I'm glad we could get this done. It's been coming a while. We could do like a spot where BRYE comes on. I'd like to get some more of the people on, like Margie or like Michael, if Michael wants to come on. Pradeep, host beef. Host beef. What does host beef say? Rich, the dog can't understand you because a dog doesn't speak duck. But how do we know the dog's not just playing dumb? The dog is gone, though, So I don't think the dog can hear anyway. What's the dog scent of the day? Stephs says, Mitch, I heard you like patchouli. Any thoughts on Tom Ford Patchouli Absolute? It's beautiful, but I think it might be a little bit overpriced for what it is. But it is absolutely stunning. I actually have a big patchouli-centric fragrance coming up again. I love patchouli. Absolutely. What a material that is, by the way. But I've got a huge patchouli coming up soon for you. Absolutely. Live doggo stream, says Rachel. That's right. Rachel says, love Nuita Bakelite. I have a bottle of that and Corpus Equus. I would have considered a bottle of Corpus Equus if it hadn't been for the fact I've got Hyrax, which I think they have the same note in that causes like that outrageous kind of saffrony, leathery punch that it has. It was a very similar experience to the first time that I smelled Tuscan leather. It was that kind of punch. Everybody remembers everyone remembers where they were when they first smelled Tuscan leather. It's a big scent. I love it. I am in fact hopefully going to wear some of that this year as well. I keep feeling bad the fact that it's the 17th of September and I haven't worn more of my fragrances, you know. But
Rich.
Hello.
Yo.
You are back.
I am back.
How are you doing?
I am back.
We've got a little. We talked to your dog for a little while. She's a good girl.
Oh, she was in the chat. She was in the I'm sorry, in the camera, you guys can see
She was lying underneath the table. She's a good girl.
She's on her bed now. She's a little this guy.
Yes.
But yeah, what was that we did 6 now?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 7, 8, 9, 10 left to go. Yeah, so we've got 4 left each.
Okay.
So my next one I shall move on is a fragrance that has been out for nearly 20 years. It is a Dior exclusive. It is one of the best Dior exclusives, one of the first and one of the best. And this one is Eau Noir.
Oh shit! I thought we were gonna have some overlap, but no, it's I have a different one, but because you were talking about some first release, so I was like, okay.
Oh shit! This is absolutely spectacular. This is one of Coeur de Jean's best perfumes. I tried the re-release the other day, and it is different. It's not bad. I won't sit here and say it's bad because it's not bad at all.
It's not a bad reform?
No, it's not a bad reformulation at all. It's not a bad perfume in and of itself. It's good.
I think people are saying that it's Eau Noir, like, no doubt, but it's just not as girthy and like as full, or like it's a little bit toned down.
Yeah, there's more spice and warm spice at the top, but the lavender doesn't have that kind of lavender. The lavender at the how can I say it? The lavender in the mid, right, with the cedar, gives it this kind of cleanness that juxtaposes with the outrageous fucking licorice and coffee and what's the other one? The spice that's in it. Is it the saffron? There's immortelle in it as well. That gives this curry vibe.
Yeah.
And it's blended to perfection. It's brilliantly made. Even this mine's not even the original bottle, the eau de cologne. I know Jonathan's got the eau de cologne, which is outrageous.
That's crazy.
Isn't it brilliant?
Yeah, it's so good. I have a 125 mil of it. I wish I had a 250 mil.
It's an incredible fragrance. I absolutely love it. I've got two 250 mils, thanks to Bob. Bob in the chat was very kind to me and didn't gift me, but I did buy them, and he didn't gouge either. He did the right thing by his fellow fragrance enthusiast and friend, which I now do myself if I'm selling to a
He sold
friend.
his personal bottle?
He sold me two bottles. I think he sold his personal bottle. I don't know. I know that at his I don't want to give away his secrets, but at his Dior boutique there were about 5 bottles of this, and he bought them all, and then spread the love, which was a beautiful thing to do.
Fuck. I was
Yeah,
about to say,
exactly.
I gotta get in touch with Bob right now because I'd love another bottle of that as a backup, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know that he's still got any. He'd be well within his rights. He'd be well within his rights to keep a couple of bottles and then sell them on eBay in like 5 years when everybody's absolutely
Yeah,
clamoring for them. You know what I mean?
yeah. Because that green juice is just gonna keep going up in price.
Yeah, exactly. You can't fake the green juice.
No,
It's a beautiful perfume. I get the violet from it as well. I've just looked at the notes there, and there's some violet. I don't know if that's like psychosomatic. You know, when somebody suggests something to you, and then you're like, oh yeah, of course. But I get the violet from it now. I've seen that it's actually in the notes because it's got a little bit of powderiness. Could be the lavender, to be fair.
yeah. The lavender. I took big lavender at the top for me, and
Yeah, it's huge.
and then it gets into like this syrupy. I kind of get some of the coffee, but once you're in the mid and dry down, it's very thick and syrupy from the Immortel curry-ish spices. It's spicy as
Yes,
fuck.
yes, that's right. But yes, this was my 7th pick for
Yep, love that.
what I'm looking forward to wearing this autumn and winter. So, what do you have next?
Love that. Let's see. Well, since we're on the topic of if you guys can hear this, on the topic of Dior, a big whopping. Can you guess what it is, Rich?
Oh, is it Amber and Away?
No,
Patchouli Imperial?
no.
Queer Canage? There it is.
And goes, and it's the big 250 mil. I can't even fit it in the frame. I have to like pan out, but it's a huge 250 mil, and I haven't put a lot of wear into this because I picked it up over the summer, and it was here in NC is just too fucking hot in the summer and humid to
Yeah.
wear something like this. I mean, you could, maybe pull it off on some summer nights, but it was just too hot this summer to do any of that. But it's absolutely such a good perfume. It's there. I get like some orange blossom at the top. Do you get any?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's
I
like
definitely get that kind of orange syrupy kind of
yeah,
thick darkness at the top, like a dark orange.
yeah. And then that
It's
big iris and leathery, like car seat leathery. It's just so good.
Yeah, it's classy. When he made this is one of the last good perfumes he made for Dior, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt.
Um,
I
and the
mean,
idea was, sorry.
if you really think about it, I think the only the I mean, at least as enthusiasts, the only big good things that Demashi did for the Prives, I think, was like those originals first releases like Ombre Nuit, which I'm not huge on. But Queer Canage, uh, what's the other one? Remind me, Rich. I know you're familiar with the Prives.
Mitza,
Mitsa. Oh,
vetiver.
I was gonna ask you, Mitsa. Do you have Mitsa?
No,
Have you smelt it?
I have smelled it,
Is it
and it was.
very similar to Ombre Sultan that it's like kind of redundant to even try to pick up Mitsa?
Have you got Ambra Sultan? Oh,
What is
are you
going on?
there?
Oh, I'm back.
Sorry. Oh, there you are. You're back. Have you got Ambra Sultan?
I don't.
Right. So Ambra Sultan's probably one of the best ambers of all time, and Mita isn't as good as Ambra Sultan.
Yeah,
So
I've smelled it, but I've smelled
that's not to sit. Sorry.
I've smelled Ombre Sultan, but the like the modern like reform. I haven't smelled like the old ones that you say that in that old bottle. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
any difference in formulations, but
I smelled the newer one, and it's actually not that bad. It's not great. It's not as good in my opinion. But then I feel like I've got heightened sensitivity to a reformulation for that because it's one of my favorite fragrances. You know, and it's like I only want that one. I'm probably not the best person to ask if it's worth buying the new one because I'm so attached to the old one that I probably couldn't give you like a good objective answer. But the problem with Mitza is at the minute, I mean, it's been like this for a while because it disappeared. It disappeared quite quickly. Considering you can still get it, don't pay the exorbitant prices online. If you can get it from the Dior boutique in Paris, try that. But I don't think it's a reference amber personally. When there's other stuff you can get for a lot cheaper, that's probably a bit better.
So yeah, because like, man, like people are asking like fucking $700 for 250 mils of that shit, and it's like no, like, I'm not fucking paying.
Don't pay that. Not for Mitza. There are certain fragrances that become extremely rare, that are hard to find, and that very high class, very quality. With Mitza, it hasn't for me. It was never that good to begin with. That it would ever command those prices. You're paying somebody else's You're paying for somebody else's sentimental value, not your own. If you've never smelled it before, you know. That's just sort of how it is, unfortunately. But there was Mitza, there was Vetiver, there was Millie Lafayette. Sorry,
Vetiver is good. I smelled it. I bought a 3 mil decant on Mercari.
Okay.
It's nice. I wouldn't say it's definitely not worth paying like what people ask for, since like it's an exclusive to the Paris boutique. But like people want fucking $500-$600 for those big bottles, but it's just it's a vetiver at the end of the day. That's just not worth it. Go ahead.
I was just going to say you're exactly right. It's a vetiver. It's a vetiver perfume. If you want a good vetiver perfume, you can't go wrong with Guerlain's. That's what I did.
Yeah. I can't. I love vetiver, but I can't get on with the Guerlain. I don't know why. There's something in it that kind of like.
It could be the tobacco. It could be the tobacco. If it just doesn't agree with you, you know.
Yeah. Or I think there's a civet note in there as well that kind of mixes, and I don't know. It smells a little bit weirdish to me.
Yeah.
But I can accept the craftsmanship behind it, because obviously it's a Guerlain and it's one of the classics, but I just never sat right with me.
No, I understand. But Queer Canage is a great pick, to be honest. I'll be wearing that as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it projects and lasts all day, and it's great. It's not like a bad overpowering. It's like a good, like okay, I smell good. I smell nice. I feel nice.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Do you know what it is with Queer Canage? It feels like it's exactly the type of fragrance that should be in a Privé collection from a brand.
Yep.
It's got the performance. It smells exclusive, but it smells accessible. It smells good. It lasts all day. It projects all day. It makes you feel good that you're wearing it. You know, it's got that birch as well, which gives it a bit of it's got that bit of anger about it. It's got that little bit of edge about it that I really like.
Yeah, it's got that like that horsepower to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay.
It's like feels this is like that nice like a Bentley just pulled up, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna need you guys to what's it called, park my car for me real quick.
Yes. Valet my car quickly.
Valet my car quickly. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So that was your 7th, was it not?
Yep.
Okay, I'll get on to my 8th. So 3 left. Which one shall I pick? I know what I'll do. I'll do this one. This is a recent purchase for me, which narrows it down quite drastically. I talked about this with Ramsey on his stream, and said I was really looking forward to wearing it this autumn and winter, and I am. And nothing has changed since the last time I spoke about it. This is the vintage Cuir de Russie that I bought. It was very expensive, and it was very much worth it. I absolutely love this. I took this out to meet my friend in real life, Richie G, and he likes perfume. To a point, he's not quite as bad as me, but then again, nobody's quite as bad as me. You know what I mean? Like, we are a very strange breed, like the people who are into perfumes, like we are. And Richie J was like, he appreciates a perfume though, and he likes the vintage stuff. He also likes the female perfumes as well. Very much into that. And I took this out and I said, "Smell this. This is Cuir de Russie." I put this on his hand, and for the first 5 or 10 minutes, he was saying to us, "This is incredible. It smells absolutely amazing." Made like noises and stuff. You know, he was like, "Ooh," and but for the first 10 minutes, his hand. He said he couldn't stop scratching his hand where I'd sprayed him. He said, "There's something in that's making me itchy," and I was like, "Wow." So it shows that it's got those vintage materials in, and it shows why some of them were. It shows why some of them were restricted, because Richie J had quite a reaction, but it was only for about 10 minutes though. After that, he was okay. I was going to get him an antihistamine. I was like, "Calm down, Richie J."
Did it do that to you?
Nope. Thank God it didn't do that to me either. Otherwise, I'd be devastated.
Yeah, I was about to say you would have been like, "Fuck."
I just put up with it. Honestly, for the amount I paid for it, I just put up with it. You know what I mean? I'd just be like, "God Almighty, just deal with it, Rich." Marla Education is asking, does Cuir Canage smell more masculine or more feminine? What do you think?
I saw that comment and I was waiting for you to like finish up to get to it, but I can see why people would smell it. You know, some guys would smell it and be like, "Oh, this is kind of feminine because the iris and the florals in there." But I find it very, very unisex to me. But that's just because we're into perfumes and are more open minded. But I feel like mostly people would appreciate it. Maybe even then, if you gave it to a girl to smell, they'd be like, "Oh, this smells leathery. It smells a little bit too kind of like tannish." So
I think it depends on people's prejudices as far as what they feel like the perfume is like doing in their opinion.
Yeah.
And then there's I think it's entirely unisex as well. I think it's got that iris metrosexual kind of vibe going on, which is, I mean, if that perfume had been released 30 years ago, it would have been a female fragrance, in my opinion. It's now in 2022 or in 2014 when it came out, it's much more acceptable for a man to wear that. And I'm so glad as well, because I absolutely love it. It is because it's got that powdery iris. It's got that powdery iris about it. It gives it that feminine leaning thing. But again, Dior Homme has the same thing, and people wear that shit all the time. So
I would mention like there's Dior Homme with that vibe, and I think whenever a perfume kind of does that thing where where if a guy smells it and he finds it like feminine, and then you give it to a girl, they find it masculine. I feel like when you get things like that, it's just basically to me a unisex perfume.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're totally right. But Quai de Russie, it's birch, it is rose, jasmine, it is leather, and it's a fantastic fragrance. It was released in 1922, 25, something like that. And I will remember, do you know Dacre?
Yep.
Super Dacre. So Super Dacre did a review of Quai de Russie, or he was talking about Quai de Russie one day, and he said something which I thought was spot on. Actually, he said that he thought Quai de Russie, when it was released, was basically leather for women. You know, it was the first female leather perfume, but as time has gone on and that sort of whole thing has shifted and moved around, like what's classically feminine, classically masculine, it's now a totally unisex fragrance for me. Anybody could wear this. It's for me, the only thing that would stop somebody wearing this could be not their age, but the way that they carry themselves. You know, like if you're running around being like a little acting like a child, you can't wear this. But once you've matured, you've grown up, you behave in like a normal way, like as an adult, you can definitely pull this off. Anybody could.
Yeah, shit. I'm young and I wear my fucking Quai de Russie all the time, and it's great.
Yeah, it makes you feel like grown up. That's like what certain fragrances do to me. I feel like they'll put you in a frame of mind where you think, right, I can't act like an idiot here because I'm wearing like an expensive perfume that smells grown up, you know?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So that was my 8th pick, which was Quai de Russie, the vintage. What is yours?
So my 8th pick is I'm gonna go with this one here. I'm gonna go with the house that you're not too familiar with, Rich.
Oh shit! Nice.
That is Voleur de Roses by L'Artisan Parfumeur.
Yes, I was actually talking to somebody about L'Artisan today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it actually came up that I wasn't that familiar with them either. So
yeah, I think it's a great niche house. You know, they've been around like forever. But this is basically a big patchouli with some rose like sprinkled in there and some plumminess. It kind of smells like if you soak grab some patchouli and just put it all in like a big glass of wine and like let it ferment there for like 5 days and then came back to it. Like this smells kind of like that, like what you would get. It's just big patchouli, deep, plummy. Because there's a plum note in there. I think that's what kind of gives it that like wine-ish type of thing.
Yeah.
Fruity wine. Oh, it's so good. Fruit. I honestly I feel like this is something you would really love, Rich.
I'm looking at the note pyramid now. I'm looking at the notes now, and it looks amazing. Plum, geranium, bergamot, patchouli, rose, benzoin, amber, sandalwood, and musk.
It's fucking great. Like honestly, right? A lot of the L'Artisan like scents aren't like very like complex and like forever changing, and you know sometimes some people call them linear, but there is some changes in this one, but it's just fucking great. Like and you know when you think of fall, you want some patchouli, and this is the patchouli I went with this year for my pick.
Yes, it's a rose patchouli, so I think Eugene would be interested in it because he really likes those.
Yeah, I think he smelled this or has this because I think he did a video with Christo. Yeah, with Christo when they did like a L'Artisan overview, and he said he barely got patchouli in this, which is crazy. I don't know how he doesn't get patchouli in this. It's just patchouli with everything else mixed in. But I think you would really, really like this. And Michelle Almerag actually perfumed this as well.
Yes, that's right. Michelle
That's
Almerac.
a big name.
It is a big name. It's a very big name. He's made some amazing stuff. Have you ever smelled anything from his own brand? The what's it called?
Uh, Something
Oh,
parfum.
there's something parfum. Yes, that's right. He did Oris Tattoo, which I've got.
He did what's the
Parle-moi
voodoo?
parfum.
Yep.
Parle-moi parfum.
And he did what did he do with that one that smells like Gucci Prom that he basically just redid it in his line?
That's Oud Papyrus Oud.
Yep. Does it smell like the first Prom?
A little bit. Not as I've got the first pour on, and I I prefer the second one, the first pick that I had in this video. I prefer that, but I think that Papyrus Oud isn't as close to the first one as a lot of people have made out personally. It is a little similar, but it's not hugely similar.
Yeah. It's never gonna be the same as the first, and it'll always be a little bit different.
They don't have the same. They don't have this access to exactly the same materials, so it's very hard to pick. But L'artisan is a brand that's been around since the early 90s, the late 80s. The person who made, oh my God, what was the other brand that they made before they made L'Artisan? Le Maître Parfumier Egantier. The same founder. So they've got the same founder, and he made the Maître Parfumier Egantier and then left and started L'Artisan Parfumier, two of the best niche houses that there are. So whoever it was clearly knew what they were doing. Unfortunately, they passed away.
I did not know that.
Yeah, which wasn't ideal. So bless him. He left an amazing legacy.
Yeah, definitely. All the L'artisan, I have quite a few from them, to be honest. I really like the house. Like Timbuktu is a really, really, really great perfume.
Yes, I would love to. I would love to smell that. I would love to. Well, I've smelled it. Sorry, I would love to get my hands on a vintage bottle.
Yeah, definitely. If you pick it up or look into it, definitely get one that's in this kind of like clear with the like with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the blue stripe on it.
Yep, that's great. That's what I have as well. The blue stripe. I was able to find one because I have a 50 mil of like the new stuff, and that's what I got first. But then I found one like 100 mil in the old formulation, and it's not a big difference, but you can definitely tell. And the old version is like miles ahead of the newer version.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard that as well, to be honest with you. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to move on. If you've got something to say, it's fine.
Oh, I was going to say, like, because I was looking down at the pics, and then I was looking at the zoologist one, and I was, yeah, it just clicked to me that I forgot to say that I also actually picked that exact bottle up from Christo. So shout out to Christo.
Oh, shit. Yes, yeah, he sold off a lot of his collection, didn't he?
Yeah, man. He hit me up like I think a week and a half ago, and he was selling like some more stuff that if I was interested, I think he was selling his mint fresh original formula. His there's this oud one. I forgot the name, but he was selling like 3 things, but I told him that I already had some of those, and then when I asked him about mint fresh, because I've been kind of interested in that, that it sold off, so I was too late.
Yeah, mint fresh is brilliant. I've got the second version, and that's still brilliant. So I can't imagine how good the first one is. But
is it very similar to Geranium Pour Monsieur?
No,
or is it different?
It's different. It's thicker, creamier. Think it's denser. You know, you ever had creme de menthe? It's like a type of food, creme de menthe. It's like a sauce they put on they put on certain things. It's like it's like a it's cream. It's a mint cream, basically. You know, and that's kind of what it is. It's thick. It's creamy. Or at least my version is. I'm not sure what the first one is. I would recommend it. It would be good at the time of year for you when it was the end of summer and it was starting to cool down. It was the beginning of spring. It was starting to warm up because it's fresh. But it's also got a little bit of like warmth to it as well.
Matt
So,
Fresh.
yeah, Month Fresh by James Healy.
Yeah. I've always been interested in it because, like, I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but I never picked up a bottle or smelled it because I have Geranium Pro Monster and I kind of see them compared or in the comparisons on Fragrantica. So I was kind of like, do I really need another mint fragrance? Because I already love Geranium Pro Monster, so I was just like, I'm fine with this. I can just wear this a ton.
Yeah. Okay then. I'm going to move on to my 9th perfume. And my 9th perfume is a new purchase, another patchouli. And this is a recent purchase-ish. I bought it about 6 months ago, but I'd never worn it. I haven't worn it yet because it was for autumn and winter. I usually buy fragrances out of season. I usually buy fragrances like autumn and winter. I'll buy spring and summer perfumes, and spring and summer I'll buy autumn and winter perfumes.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. This is by Maison Crevelli. It is an extrait de parfum, and it is called Patchouli Magnétique.
Oh, I still have this, but I've seen a lot of people talk about it.
This is immense. This is what 1920s real patchouli used to smell like before they reformulated it. It's thick, it's gloopy, it's dense. It feels as though it's going to clog your sprayer up when you spray it. It's syrupy. It's patchouli, benzoin, vanilla, peach, sandalwood, and leather. And it doesn't have top, middle, or bottom. It's quite linear, but it's absolutely beautiful the way it smells. I love it. Very thick, rich patchouli with the benzoin and the vanilla as well. I would recommend that you smell this if you are a patchouli lover. This was something I smelled with Jura Rose. He did show me in Manchester, that's right, as he's saying in the comments. It is...
Shout out to Jura.
Yes, shout out to Jura Rose. I also smelled Iris Malacan, which I really enjoyed, but I got it back. When I got home, I blind bought like a 30ml bottle of it, and it's shite after the opening. Iris Malacan's awful. Turns into dry woody ambers.
Oh shit!
Yeah, absolutely shit. Yeah, awful. Sick of woody ambers. Hate them. They're everywhere, which is a shame, but there they are. It is, Lego East ask, is it chocolate cakey? It is a little bit chocolatey, and it's not cakey, but it's chocolatey. It's more like chocolate sauce.
Is it like the? Is it like the? What is it that? I forget the psychedelic. There we go.
It's like psychedelic, but much better.
But better.
It's much better. Psychedelic for me, I don't think the quality's there. I like the idea and I like the smell, but after a while it kind of falls apart.
Yeah, I'm not big on psychedelic. I think I got I'm sorry. Because when I first kind of started getting into perfumes, Sebastian's channel was like one of the first ones that I kind of fell onto, and he raves about psychedelic and loves that stuff. So I picked up a bottle blind, and I got it, and I was like, I'm not sure. So my mom loves patchouli because back when I think when she was young and she was in Mexico, they would smell patchouli everywhere, fresh patchouli. So she smelled it, enjoyed it, and I just let her have the bottle.
I'd love to. I'd love to smell like. Well, I mean, I've got some pure patchouli oil, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, because
I
that's what
really
that's what she said. She said back home, like when she was young, that's what they would like wear, or like she would smell like people would just have them to like patchouli for sale and like patchouli oils, and she would like always wear that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, Jura
Amazing.
said get her going.
Oh God, no! Did he? Jura's a little rascal.
He is. He always has a funny comment to say.
Yes, that's right. He's always got quips. Little quipper.
Where's Audrey Jane? Oh, be careful.
That's right. Picking stuff up by the cap. I'm a silly man.
No, that's me too, though. There's just something satisfying about picking up, like, from the cap, isn't there?
Yes. It's like you're
when you
living
pick it up
dangerously.
from
It's a
the
little bit
cap
exciting.
Yeah. That's why I love like a strong, secure cap that I'm not scared to pick up from, you know?
Yeah.
Like the Dior ones are pretty decent, like pretty okay. The Celine.
Yeah, they've got a strong magnet. Malls are quite good.
Yeah, malls will never drop on you.
Yeah,
that's
even a full bottle. Right? Sorry?
That's because the mall ones click into place.
Yes, that's right. The old Chanel caps cannot be trusted. That Cuir de Russie, I like seriously, you know, but seriously, I never pick them up from the cap because that Cuir de Russie, if I dropped that and it smashed, I would cry. I'd be reduced to tears because it would probably break because it's old and the glass isn't as thick.
You'd be like that scene in I don't know if you've seen Avengers and Infinity War where Thanos just disintegrates into air.
No, I haven't seen this.
That shit, I'll send it to you later on, but it's funny.
It's nice one. Okay, that is my 9th pick. So I've only got one left. What is your 9th pick?
My 9th pick is gonna be a Guerlain, and I had to have a Guerlain in here, because I do like I like a lot of Guerlain, but I think I like most of their like exclusive stuff.
Okay.
I'm not big on their like Habit Rouge. I can't get on with. Sorry, Jura Rose. Sorry, not sorry, Jura. But I think you're not a big fan of Habit Rouge either, right?
I'm not fast. Sold my vintage bottle.
Yeah, it's just so powdery, and I don't know. It was a little bit too old manish for me to like, wear. So I couldn't get along with it. But this is, and I know you recently talked about this, and unfortunately, you sold this, but I love this stuff right here as well.
What do we have here? Chamade Pour Homme.
Chamade Pour Homme. Correct.
I did recently sell that.
I love this stuff. This is a violet leaf. There's something sweet in here. I don't know where it's coming from, but I don't know if you recall this. Did you get anything sweet from this?
It's a little. You can get floral sweetness from stuff, you know.
Yeah, I think it's because there's a There's a hyacinth in here, isn't there?
Yes.
Or am I right? Yeah. I think it might be coming from those florals in the base, and I think there might be some. I forget the notes in here, but I think there might be some benzoin in the base. I know there's woods in the base. It's like a floral woody musk almost with some I wouldn't say it's very dry. Maybe in the base a little bit. But it's just great. It kind of smells like fresh fall air to me. Like if you get a breeze from the leaves and especially the juice color too in the bottle just kind of reminds me of like that Halloween, the orange juice as well, just like that fall vibes.
Yeah. It's got it could be these green notes. It's got green notes in it, I hate it when brands do that.
Yeah,
Um,
it does. It has just green notes listed.
yes, it's a bit of a nightmare because you don't know what the green notes are.
Like there's fucking
Um,
hundreds of green things that can be in it, and
yes,
no.
exactly, exactly. And you're like, well, pick something that's green and just say that's what it smells like. It's a
Right.
nightmare. But
Yeah. I love it. Why did you weren't big on this, Rich?
it was very floral. It was very floral
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. I won't argue with that.
And I found that it didn't appeal. So I moved it on to someone who was going to wear it. I wasn't wearing it. It was too violet. I don't like violet stuff.
Yeah, it's a big violet.
Um, yeah, it's got that purple floral thing going on, you know.
Mm.
Um, so I wasn't really huge on it, and I decided that I would I would just move it on to someone who would appreciate it. So I sold it to Greggy Boy.
Oh, Greggy boy.
Greggy Boy. And
He
Greggy
gets all
Boy,
the exclusive picks from the duck.
he gets, yeah, and he's easy to deal with. Do you know what I mean? Putting stuff on eBay is just a fucking nightmare. Like, so I always give him there's a few people who I'll get in contact with, and I'll say, "Are you interested in this sort of thing?" before I put it on eBay. And he was, and it was good,
Yup.
very much so. Okay, then
All right.
I will move on to my last perfume. 10. How long we've been on? 2 hours. We've done well.
We have.
We have done well. And this is my last one, and it is a perfume I picked up last year, and I was going to put it into my spring and summer rotation, and I still think you could, but
Mm.
I think this suits autumn better, and you could possibly wear it on a mild winter's day too. And this is an Etro parfum. This is the Eau de Toilette. It was originally released as an Eau de Cologne, and this is called Palais Jamais. This is absolutely stunning. It is probably greater than the sum of its parts. This is a designer house that is completely ignored by the community, and it really shouldn't be because it's amazing. Like, they don't make bad fragrances. Even in their modern iterations, they're still really good. I reckon this is about a 10-year-old bottle, around that sort of mark. But this is most of their vintages were eau de colognes up until like the early 2010s, and then they changed to like eau de toilettes. This is Petit Grain, Petit Grain, Petit Grain, Bergamot, and jasmine at the top with mandarin orange. Middle notes are birch, sage, and musk, and the base notes are vetiver and oak moss. It just smells so well put together. It's dark, but it's green.
I
It's
haven't smelled
fresh,
it.
but oh, mate, honestly, you've got to try this. If I do try and send you some samples, I'll send you some of this.
Mm.
I don't know if Ramsey's got it. I know Jonathan's got it.
Mm.
I think Jonathan really likes it, but this is absolutely one of the best all-round fragrances that I've got. You could wear this anytime for anything, and you wouldn't smell out of place.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy it. The vetiver in it's absolutely stunning as well.
What was it called? You said?
It's called Palais Jamais. I can send you the link on Fragrantica after the live if you want, and you can see how you feel about it. See if you like it. It is absolutely beautiful, and it is my final pick. None of these were in order per se.
Mm.
But then,
None of this is in order.
yeah, I couldn't have ordered them. That would have taken years to try and put these in order.
Yeah.
Jonathan's saying there that he has got Palais Jamais and he loves it.
Mm. I'm gonna have to try it out and look into it.
Yeah, It is lovely. I absolutely love it. Rich wearing etro around other ducks. Quack. Okay, so that is my final pick, Bry. Are you ready to go with yours?
Yeah, yeah. Um, of course, I had to also have them all
Oh,
in my picks because I I'm pretty yeah for me definitely I think personally Maul is definitely like my number one house, but that's just me personally, right? Um,
okay.
mm, Following right after would be like Guerlain, Chanel, but anyways, that's a different topic. This is French Lover,
Ah,
and
Galbanum.
yup, I love Galbanum. As you can see with this and night clubbing as well, huge
Yeah.
Galbanum perfumes, and I just absolutely love this stuff. I've already put a good dent in it as well. To be
Yes.
fair, I think you can wear this like 3 seasons out of the year, even all year round. To be honest, because it's light, but it's just woody, incensey, and like I said, what I love is just so woody and what I want to smell like most of the time, and especially in the fall time. I just look for big woody perfumes. And there's the Galvin. There's even a tobacco note in here, I think. Um, but it's just great. And the story behind this is also that I think Jean Claude started this, but then Pierre Bourdon, or he got busy with like taking on being in-house perfumer at Hermes, and uh, he gave it to Pierre Bourdon and said, "Here, just finish it up and polish it up, and just go ahead and release it for Mall," because they had already started it,
Yes.
which I can
Yes.
see because it is spicy as well. Um, uh, what else? Musky, and it's obviously compared to Royal Oud by Creed, but to me this is like 4 times better. That's just me, at least current, especially current like Royal Oud that they're selling on the market right now.
Yeah.
I think
It.
you don't have a bottle of this, right?
I've got one of those little 10 ml atomizer things that they do. I think it smells quite similar. It's got a similar heart note to Impression Cedarwood Heart by Ostens, which
Like French love.
is, yeah, it's got this. It's not French galbanum, it's cedar. There's this massive cedar. Like, this is like, if you smelled it, you would know exactly what I meant, right? There's
Yeah,
this dry, woody, cedary kind of freshness, because it can be fresh. French lover can be fresh. It's quite austere. It's quite musky too, but it can be fresh.
mm-hmm.
It can be green. You can do a lot of things with that perfume.
Yeah. I feel like it has a airy freshness to it as well. To me, French lover. Um, and it's just so easy to wear. Some people will say that they kind of find it a little bit challenging because it's a little bit too like swamp like. I think maybe because of the vetiver. Um,
Yeah,
this is great.
no, it is. It's fantastic. It is a good fragrance. I do like it. I don't wear as much as I should. I should start wearing those little 10 ml atomizer things, because if I don't, they're going to evaporate and I'll be absolutely devastated.
Yeah,
Um,
I want
that
that.
is not what I want that at all. But
Yeah, give it some more wears this fall and see how you end up feeling about it at the end of the season.
I will do. Okay, so we have come to the end. I am going to have to go because my back is going to collapse if I don't. So I've been
Yeah,
sitting this whole time. But thank you for
yes.
joining me, Bry. It has been
Thank you, Rich. Thank you for having me.
it's been absolutely fantastic. I appreciate it greatly. I'm finally glad we finally managed to do this.
Yeah. We had me and Rich had been talking about it for a little, not too long, but I think after I saw him and Ramsey doing some streams, I hit up Rich and was like, we should do something together,
Yeah.
like some recommendations or of sorts, something like that.
Yes, I've enjoyed
You
it
down?
greatly. We'll think of something else to do and do another stream again soon.
Yeah. I'll definitely, just we'll be in touch and we can sort something out again.
That's right. Okay then. Thank
All
you
right.
very much, everybody. Thank you, BRYE. I will see you all again probably tomorrow with a fragrance rotation video. Cheers, everyone.
See you.